Happy New Year to everybody watching. I'm in my kitchen, and let me go ahead and broadcast this out. Send it to the Twitterverse. Okay. Just a second. I can't see the chat yet either. I'll stream now. Get this sent out that way. We get some people in here. And if you're hungover, get some coffee. All right. There we go. All right. I've sent it out. Y'all forgive my hair. I tried to curl it, and it's one of those days where if you have long hair and it's fine like mine, you have days that your hair behaves itself, and then you have days where it's just like, nah, screw you, lady. I'm not doing anything. Now, there you see Brian back there, and Spanky's up here. Of course, I have my wieners. Wieners out. My wieners are out. That sounds so funny. I think it's funny. All right, let's see. I will go to my channel and let's see. This way I can see the chats. Okay. It says I have 18 watching. Let me pull this up and let me turn the volume down. I am doing this so jacklegged. Y'all have no idea. I don't know what demon in hell decided to make chromium, and if you have it put on your computer, I feel like my computer's been raped. I can't get rid of chromium. It doesn't show up in my apps, so I can uninstall it. I'm literally going to have to take my computer to the computer dude and have him get this crap off of here. I have used Mozilla Firefox, and I'm in Hangouts now, and I think I'm in Chrome on this. I have no clue. If anybody wants to join in, I'll be happy to guest people. I see how to get links now. Woohoo! Better than my last live stream. I wanted to say Happy New Year, of course, to everyone. And the proceeds from my live broadcast like this are going to the animal shelter in Raleigh County, West Virginia. We'll be supporting the cats and the dogs and making sure that they have plenty of food and blankets and everything. A lot of people, they forget about the shelter animals. You know, I'm all about adopt, don't shop. You know, if you're going to get a new baby, please go to the shelter. And if you want a purebred this or that, even puppies, they get puppies in all the time. But I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see, Janet, Joyride, Tracy Duncan. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hope with peace. Oh, thank you for saying I look wonderful. I feel like my head has just turned into a rat's nest. You know, when you just kind of pile it all up. My husband was making fun of me, said I had Ronda Rousey messy bun. Hey, Patsy B and Becky and Hope and Dina and Darth. Oh, thank you. I love your channel. You're such an incredibly positive person. And you're so wise and smart. You are just making my head swell, darling. I try to be positive. Sometimes I'm bitchy. Those go on the bitching in the kitchen, and I'm slowly getting all of those videos put on my new channel. But if you haven't subscribed yet, it's bitching in the kitchen. Everything is the first letter before it's capitalized. It's all shoved together. So it's youtube.com/c/bitching in the kitchen. And you can go over there and see all my silly rants and when I'm mad. I think I've got 3 on there right now, but I'm getting ready to add more to it. But I'm just tickled. Now, what I wanted to talk about today, I really do have an actual subject that I want to cover. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to my husband for my nightmare before Christmas hug. Isn't that cute? And then it says it on the inside. And you see, my dogs are playing and acting crazy, and they pretend like they do something and that they're going to go attack. They all think they're like biggest Dobermans, and they're wiener dogs. You know, you just kind of look at them and go, laugh. You know, they're not going to take down a bear, but they think they can. Hey, Michelle Stagg. Let me see who else is all in here. Tracy Duncan. Thank you for stopping by. You stay as long as you want, and if you get done with all your stuff, honey, you just come on back. And Molly, and let's see, Evermore, Kaylin, Stardust, Miss Stardust. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all of you. Look, hey, 2017 may have sucked in a lot of ways, but we made it through it. Let's see. Sweet tea lady. You know, I love some sweet tea. That's Southern thing. Jennifer Custer. Yeah, my baby, you're going to see my winter dogs. The upstairs, we've got the door cracked just a little bit. I know it's like 1 degree outside, and it's going to be even lower. But my husband is tired of running up and down the steps to open the door up. And this door here, we're having an issue with the handle. If you watched a live stream I did on YouNow way back, the handle, there's a problem with it. It's like, it's not a knob. It's just a bar that goes across it, and you push it. He's going to have to replace it, I guess. So, but Happy New Year to everyone. And let's talk about, okay, everybody makes New Year's resolutions. You know, at midnight, you're sitting there, and you're about half tipsy. Lord, I got pretty tipsy last night. We drank over 2 bottles of wine, and I don't drink. But my liver pound came back good, so I was like, what are you doing, Brian? Come here. Get up on mommy's lap. But everybody was making resolutions, and they were putting them on TV. Oh, what are your resolutions going to be? Does anybody ever stick with a resolution? You know, you love your mommy. Does anybody ever stick with a resolution? No. How many times have you heard people say, oh, this year I'm going to exercise more, or I'm going to lose weight? I'm putting you down if you're going to be an asshole. Everybody's like, I'm going to quit smoking. This is my last cigarette, you know, and they have it at just before midnight. Or people who have addictions will say, this year I'm going to fight it, and I'm really going to go work my program better. I'm not going to backslide. And, you know, resolutions are bullshit. Sorry. And the drinking game is every time Mama Beth says shit, you get to take a drink. Take it of coffee, because that's what I'm drinking right now. But what I'd like to say is, instead of making resolutions, because the resolutions, you know, you got to get it. You got to get in there and, you know, do it. And then if you fail, you're screwed. It's over with. Oh, well, I messed up, you know, the second day of the new year. And so I'll just try next year. It's a real way it's an easy way to give yourself an excuse not to change things in a positive manner. You know, don't make resolutions. I say make goals. And if you're following along with, like, I guess you call it my therapy series, where I give advice and things that you can do in an everyday manner to change and to improve things, you know, just like I do when I'm in group, when I run a group counseling or anything like that, I try to give people homework, because homework keeps your mind back on the lesson. That's the only point to homework, to be honest. We could all just listen to the teacher, take the test, and go in one ear and out the other. But if you don't repeat the actions that you're being taught, and you don't learn anything from them, you're not learning anything, and you're wasting people's time, and you're wasting your own time. So I'm doing this year at the beginning of every week, and I may forget. If I do, I'll come back and get it next week. It's okay. We all forget stuff, but every week I'm going to try to make goals for myself, and then I want to have a monthly goal. Like, there are things that I want to change. Like, okay, I want to stop watching people on the internet that I don't like. Just plain and simple. I want to stop watching the people that don't have content, that are hateful, that don't bring me up in life. If they're not helping me, and they're hurting me, or they're making me stay static, you know, they're not letting me progress, then I don't want them. I don't want people like that in my life. I don't want to watch things like that. You know, we watch horror movies, and at least they give us a good scare and some entertainment. But if you're watching a train wreck happening on YouTube, screw that. Why are we watching it? Like John Cookson, for an example. You know, I unsubscribed from him way back, but somebody was talking to me about, you know, that he was, in fact, it was Nick who brought it up, Nick Snyder. He said, you know, people will unsub, but then they'll hate watch, and he'll still get the views and interaction. And I said, you know, that's my goal this year, is people that I don't find morally irreprehensible. People that I think are just evil people, nasty, treat people badly. Those people, I'm going to do this a little bit closer. I feel like my head's small, and it's just all this. Anyway, I feel like when you watch those people, you are feeding on their poison. You know, if they're an angry, hateful individual, and there are some that are involved in the truthfully Trisha stuff. There are channels who do nothing but hate, hate, hate. And you know, and you're just, if you're spewing hate on the internet and then I'm watching it, I'm going to get caught up in your hate. And I'm not being the best person I can be. You know, and I don't want to name the channels because frankly I don't want anybody to go watch them. But there are some people who do nothing but give threats to her and to other people. And, you know, I've done my bitching about her, but at the end I said, I hope that she recovers. I hope she gets the help she needs and gets well. And I do. I'm not a mean person. I don't wish anybody to die. And the death threat thing, if I see somebody do death threats to another person, I'm subbing from them, and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna speak out against it. Nobody should be getting death threats for being on the internet and doing stupid shit. There's another one. But if a channel or if a media source, even the news, you know, there are some news channels that you're just like, it's all just hate and, you know, bad stuff that's going on. I want to separate myself from that. That is one of my main goals. And I want to try to make sure that every week that I put positivity into every day. I want to try to make a goal for each day, you know, for the things I want to do, but I also want to be positive and encouraging, you know, and I do that when I'm talking to, you know, my patients or to my friends, people that surround me, but, you know, just in general, when I'm in the grocery store or Walmart or wherever, I want to exude kindness and goodwill, whether it's holding the door for somebody or saying thank you for someone holding the door for me. I want to make sure that I act better, you know, because we all have times in our past where we don't act right. When we're nasty, ugly people. I was talking to my daughter, I said, you know, and I hate to say this again because I swear to God, I've been fighting shingles now since 2009, May of 2009, and they are back. And my back was really hurting. And I was so grumpy. And I told my daughter, I said, you know, your mom's an asshole today. Sorry. You know, I love you very much. And she was like, that's okay. I'm a little hungover. She went out with her friends the night before. And she was tired. And, you know, there are days that you have to recognize that you're being an asshole. And one of my favorite hashtags, you'll see if you follow my Twitter, is hashtag don't be an asshole. And if you are one, by the way, just separate yourself for a little while. Give yourself a timeout. We all need a timeout. Now, let me check the chat because, yeah, you need positive people in your life. And, you know, I did this last year, and I'm real proud of myself for it. Hang on just a second. I need to put a coffee. Is this not the cutest cup ever? We laugh and say that my husband is Jack and I'm Sally because I have the long red hair, and he's real thin, and he's tall and thin, and he's my sweetie. But yeah, we say that I'm Sally and he's Jack. And he got me that. That's why I have all the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I love it. But this past year, I realized that there are some people that I'm related to who are toxic. Okay, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to embarrass them, and I never want to embarrass anybody that's in my family or friends or anything, even if they are assholes. But there's some people that were in my family that I had to step back and say, you know what? They're not nice people. They don't have my best interest at heart. They don't care. If I try to talk to them, if I'm having a problem, like, you know, if you're sick and you reach out to a family member and say, you know, I really need a shoulder, and they tell you to go die, or, you know, they don't give a shit. There's another one. You know, you don't need them. And it dawned on me. And my best friend told me years ago, she said, that you just need to separate yourself from these people. Don't let them hurt your feelings. Because I do get my feelings hurt when someone that I love is ugly to me, whether it's a friend or a family member or something like that. And I get hurt, and then I get angry, And then I turn into an asshole too. And then the people that I'm talking about have turned around and said, you're just as bad. You reacted like this and you said this and that. And I'm thinking, yeah, after you hurt me really bad, yeah, I did. I reacted. And you know what? I can stop reacting. I can't control what they do, but I can control what I do. Remember, I always say that. You can't control anybody but yourself. So I thought, you know what? If they're hurting me all the time and they never give me anything positive and all they give me is pain, why do I have them in my life? Why am I buying them expensive Christmas presents? Because these people were on my Christmas list, and I always spent just under what I spent for my husband. I would spend for these people. Good birthday gifts, cards, all this stuff. And I'm 47 years old. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I think I look okay for 47. I know people who are in their 30s that haven't held up this well, so I'm okay with that. I am fine with myself physically. I'm fine with myself emotionally. I'm great in my marriage as a mother to my child, and I have a lot of great family. But there are people who have made me cry and who have hurt me. And, like I say, do I choose to stay around those people or to leave them in my life? Not anymore. My best friend said it. She said, just cut them out. She said, get them gone. She said, the faster you do it, the more you will help. And you know what? It was about March when I was on my way to Cleveland Clinic. I was septic, and my kidney, I had a kidney failing, and my liver was failing, and I called this person and I said, I'm scared. I said, I have my husband here, but I'm scared and I don't know what to do. And the person, well, they have issues, but they laughed and said, yeah, you're lying. It's just for attention. Go ahead. If you're going to die, just die. Really? I wouldn't say that to a damn stranger. Who says that to family? Tells you more about them than it does about me, doesn't it? Well, after that, I thought, you know what? I've tried, out of the 47 years of my life, I can say that I've honestly tried, since I was probably about 1.5, 2, to please this person, to make them love me and be approving of me and all this stuff. I'm done. That's a long time. And you know what? If you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, whatever, and you've got someone that, you're constantly trying so hard to get to love you and to respect you and to treat you as you treated them, and they just they're users and they're just assholes, cut them out. You don't need them. I don't care whether it's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, cousins, whoever. If they're treating you badly and on a consistent basis, get them out. You don't need that shit in your life. There's another one. Make 2018 free of toxic people. And you know who the toxic people are in your life, because they're the people that you worry the most about. They're the people that you go, oh, what do I do? Well, they won't approve of this. And if I do this, they won't approve of that. And, oh, when they come to visit, my house has to be the show where they'll go talk about me. And I tell you what, people who talk about other people, when they come to visit you, go to the other person and they talk shit about you behind your back too. Mark my word. If they'll go behind your back, or behind someone else's back, and tell you stuff that you know is exaggerated and gossip, and that person wouldn't want told, they're doing the same thing you. Okay, you're not special. And a gossip is a gossip, and they don't keep things quiet for one person and then spill on everybody else. They tell everything on everybody. So get the gossips out of your life. Even in the Bible it talks about gossiping. I think it talks about it in the Quran too. And in Shinto and all these different religions, one of the things that they talk about that is most poisonous is gossip. And I'll tell you right now that gossip hurts more people than anything else online. One person says it. Somebody called it a game of Chinese telephone or telephone. And I remember playing telephone as a kid, and you learn a big lesson when you play it. You may start out saying, Susie is a wonderful girl, and by the time you're done, Susie's knocked up pregnant and ready to have twins in the hospital. So, telephone's a dangerous thing to play, and a lot of people do it online. So if you see someone behaving that way, stay away from them. Don't listen. And certainly don't give them any information. Because if they're running, like I say, if they're running to you with info, they're running away and taking your info. And I guarantee it's not true. I guarantee they're not being good to you. Donna says, I had the same conversation with myself the other night. I refuse to be belittled by anyone for wanting to see positive. Amen. You have to take charge in your life. And I say this all the time. Take control of your life. But one of the ways that we can take hold of what is going on in our life is by letting go. Let go of the people that you think you have to impress. You don't have to impress anybody. You do what makes you happy. You do what you believe is good and kind and loving and loyal. And if other people aren't, tell them true, they're happy ass off. You know, I turn fast of this. I've been it a little bit, but I've said this before. If you don't like my channel, turn your happy ass to another one. You know, there's no sense in watching something or being around someone that is just hateful or you don't like. You know, there are people who are in relationships, like friendships, with people they don't even like. They go home and they're like, ugh, thank God I don't have to see them again for a while. Think about that. How many people in your life do you do that with? You know, whether it's a relative or friend or, you know, somebody that you work with, but you go and you force yourself to accept the invitation to go to lunch, even to go to sit beside, you know, this happened, and I want to say this. The church that I used to go to, I loved it. And I was youth director, and you know, I was really involved. I loved the kids, you know, and you know, teaching Bible class and all that. But there were some people in the church, and there are people like this in every church who, I swear, it was just negative. They were always saying stuff about somebody, but they always wanted to sit by me. And, you know, and I didn't want to hear it. And, but I didn't want to hurt their feelings either, you know, by getting up moving. Because you know how in church you sit in the same place all the time. And then if somebody moves seats to come and sit with you, sometimes that's a big thing if you've got a regular, you know, church going group. Finally, I just said, you know what? I think I'm going to go sit on the other side with so-and-so. You know, you stay here. I'll be back, maybe. And, you know, my church experience got a lot better after that because I cut off the string that was constantly, during the whole sermon, it was like, bah, 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 bah. Did you know about such and such? Did you hear about this? There was a scandal one time that they made up that said because two women were wearing the same dress. You know what? If you care about what somebody else is wearing to church, you're not there for the right reasons. Sorry, that's my dryer going off. Y'all know I've got a laundry. My laundry room is attached to my kitchen. But you know, I had to go. This is not right. This is not where I want to be. So I moved, and things got a lot better. But I've had to do that at jobs. You know, sometimes you have that person at your job that just constantly is in your face, or you know, like in your office, that come in and they sit down and they hang out and they don't have anything good to say, and they really don't have anything important to say. They just want to sit and BS about other people, you know. And it's real hard to tell somebody, you know, you need to get out of my office, but I've had to. And I think I'm going to do that more when I have people who aren't helping me and lifting me up, and they're not lifting others up. I think I'm going to start saying, you know, I need to be in here by myself working. You know, I've got stuff to do. Can you please go on? And, you know, eventually if you keep telling someone that, you know, you're busy, you're not going to listen to it, then they will leave you alone. But there are some people, like if it's someone that you're chasing constantly for their approval, you just got to stop. Cut it out. Don't call them. Don't text. Don't email. And, you know, the incident that happened in March broke my heart. And if you, I mean, you talk about crying and upset and hurt. My feelings were so hurt. You know, who calls someone for help, for strength, and then hears, oh, you're lying, you just want attention. Blah, blah. I've never done anything for attention. Well, yeah, I have. I've sung in front of bands. I'm on the internet. I've been in musical theater. That's what I do for attention. I don't pretend to be sick. Okay, that's stupid. and that's a mental illness. But because this person is a nurse, they think everybody who's sick is faking it. You know, even if you're dying, they don't believe it. But you know, that's their sin to carry. But it's not mine anymore, and I'm not going to try to get their approval throughout my life. And you know what? I've been more emotionally happy and comfortable and just stable this year. You know, I can't tell you the last time I cried. I cried a little bit last night, but I had some wine. But it wasn't because my feelings were hurt. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of in a happy place last night if you were following my tweets. But yeah, I'm gonna get the toxic people out, and I hope you do too. And let's make goals for each week. When you wake up for the day, think about what your goals are and what's good in your life and what you want to keep in your life and what you want to get rid of. And it may be like, okay, this coming year, one of my big goals is to get my knees fixed. Okay, I have bad arthritis in my knees. It's really hard to walk. Where I used to be real fat, that didn't help it any. And I have RA throughout my body, but I have osteoarthritis in my knees. So I want to get my knees fixed this year. I'm going to go see the surgeon and orthopedic surgeon, and I'm very nervous about that. They want to do a knee replacement on my left knee, and then they want to clean out my right knee. But I found out about a stem cell procedure. It's $4,000, and insurance doesn't cover it. But I want to look into that because I want to be able to walk better. Also, I have 2 bulging discs in my back, and I want to see what can be done. They want to do the ablation, you know, where they burn the nerves, but they do grow back after a while. And I'm a little frightened from that. I've had shots put in there, and they help. But those are the 2 health things. And if I can get down to my perfect weight, then I'll have my tummy tucked. But my real important things are my knees and my back. And I want to work, you know, I want to be actively working towards getting better, healthy, and being able to do more. Because I'm not that old that I need to be, you know, constantly on a cane. And even with the cane, sometimes it's real hard to walk. So I want to be healthy. Now, if you want, wait a minute, let me read some of the chat. As a Wiccan, I believe in the threefold law. You know, I'm not Wiccan, but I do believe in the threefold. You know, it talks about what you do comes back to you. They say that in so many religions, Christianity, that, you know, Buddhism, Shinto, just you name it. It's what you put out comes back. You know, you hear your vibe attracts your tribe. You know, if you put out positivity, it comes back to you in positive people and love and friendship. But if you do evil and you put out negative things and you're always thinking badly, you know, and in a bad mind frame, I do believe that it comes back around. There's my dryer again. That was buzzes twice. That drives me crazy. But I've seen things and I'm like, you know what? That's got to be karma or the threefold, or, you know, what you do unto others as you want done unto you. It should be also what you do to others is going to be coming back to you, because it. And I'll tell you a story here in just a second. 2 grandfathers. Okay, I have 2 grandfathers. One grandfather, he drank. He was a functioning alcoholic. Loved him dearly. I love both of my grandfathers, but this is on my mother's side, and I've talked about him before. He was an amazing man. He was kind and generous. He spoiled his kids. He spoiled his wife. He would literally give you the shirt off his back. I have seen him give people money for gas who didn't ask. They just didn't have a lot, and if they came to help him, because he had his own businesses, and you know, they came to help him, whether it was pulling trees or, you know, doing some plumbing work, and or helping him, you know, on a house. Instead of just giving them their regular wages, he'd also say, here's some gas money, or if you need to get something to eat. He made sure that anyone that came in contact with him had enough. He never let you go hungry. And he would. I have seen him, and, you know, you go to grandparents on like Christmas and Christmas Eve, and I have seen him on Christmas Day exhausted because somebody called at 2 in the morning and said our furnace is out. Can you help us? And at 2 o'clock Christmas morning, and he would get up, get his clothes on, freezing weather, and I'd say, Gracie, why didn't you say wait? It's a holiday. He said, because I know what it's like to be cold. I grew up in a cold house, and I don't want anybody else's children or any adults to ever have to suffer through that. You know, he was probably one of the best people I've ever known, and he was scrappy, and he was feisty, and he was fun, and he always had a joke to tell. But you know, we talk about he lived this life where he was good to others. He passed away in his bed. He was watching Jeopardy with my grandmother, and she went out to go to the bathroom, and came back, and she found him. He passed in his sleep. And you know what? That's how we all want to go, peacefully and quietly, in our own beds, in our own home, you know, not sick. Now, okay, that's my one. Other grandfather, kind of miserly, wasn't good to his children. He pitted them against one another a lot. He would lie as soon as he would talk. He would tell the same stories over and over again, but they would always get more exaggerated. Many times he would be talking in his chair, and he wasn't that old. He would be sitting in his chair, and he would have somebody visiting, and he'd be gossiping about one person, and then he'd start gossiping about the person that was sitting there. And they'd be like, yeah, that's where I learned when a gossip says things to you about someone else, they'll talk about you to that person back. But this incident really stood out because it affected me personally. I was in advertising and sales. You know, I've talked about that in my 20s, and I've been in my 30s. And then as I was going back to school, you know, you got to support yourself, and I was really good at that. Well, it seemed that he had gone to a tractor dealership and bought a tractor, and the salesman misquoted. He underquoted by like $7,000, I think it was. It was enough to where it was going to not only hurt the bit, it was going to take any commission. There was no commission going to be had for the salesperson, and the guy was new, but the dealership was going to lose thousands of dollars. Well, my grandfather said, no, that's the price you quoted. That's the price I'm taking. That's all I'm giving you. And he gave him money. He wrote him a check right there. And he bragged about that. He bragged about how he ripped them off for years. Well, as I was in advertising, I was in the Tri-Cities area. And if y'all know where Tri-Cities is, Bristol, Kingsport, you know, Johnson City, it was down there, one prominent dealership. And I was going in and going to sell them advertising. Okay. And my name on my cards has my maiden name, which my grandfather's, and I mentioned it because it's kind of close, and I knew that he had bought farm equipment, but I didn't realize that I was at the dealership that he'd ripped off. And I said, my grandfather is so and so, and the manager stood up and said, you can leave now. I'm like, why? And he was like, we don't want anything to do with you. Nope. And it turned out that was the manager now was the sales guy that he screwed over. There were lots of episodes like that. He would pay to build something at the church, you know, picnic shelter or whatever. But then he would do stuff that was just mean to people. Just mean. And he died because the tractor ran him over. He was on the tractor and went to open the gate, and he didn't have it set, and he got caught under the wheel, and it ran right over his stomach, and he was in the hospital for months and months. And when they opened him up to do all the repairs, they said he's full of cancer. And I'm not saying karma gives you cancer by any chance of the imagination at all. I'm just saying that sometimes the way you die is a reflection of how you've lived your life. You know, and he was miserable and mean at the end, and he was in pain. And I don't wish pain on anybody. But I'm just saying, I look at both of those episodes and I have to think to myself, is the way they live, the way they lived and the way they conducted themselves, does that have something to do with perhaps the way they passed? You know, because it seems to level out. I know a lot of people die tragically. I know a lot, and I think a tragic death is when someone is taken too early, too soon. Um, I hope I live to about 80. I hope I've laughed at this. I hope I'm one of those old ladies that goes to church and has the fur coat, and even in the summertime, and has way too much jewelry. Which, if you can tell, I'm kind of into jewelry. Um, you know, but always smells good. Always has real expensive cologne on. That's the kind of I want to be about 80, and I'd like to pass, and I'd like to pass easy in my sleep. So, you know, I think that what I do in my life on a daily basis will maybe affect that. So I always try to stay cognizant of the fact that, you know, what you do, you know, every action has a reaction, and if you're good and kind to people, they'll be good and kind back. 90% of the time, you're gonna have some people who are gonna treat you like shit, but you know, and even people who are sick, like I've had a couple friends pass from cancer over the last couple years, and do I think that they did anything in their life? No, absolutely not. But you know, they had, because they were good people, they had a lot of support, a lot of love. They passed knowing that they had lived a good life. And I think that's where we need to look. We need to make sure that every day we're living the best life we can and being good to others and kind to others. And that way, if and when something happens to us, we have good people surrounding us to give us support. Um, you know, you cut out the toxic people, what's left? You get the cream of the crop. And that's what I want. And I know that's what you all want too. You know, let me check my message. Let me check the chat. Um, shit, I wish I had the time outside my real life to worry about people here on YouTube. Just, yeah, it's not that serious on YouTube. Don't take it. If you think, you know, people don't understand that, because I have a job and then I have a side business. And they're like, how do you get on YouTube and make videos? Well, you see how long it takes me. About 20 minutes to record a video, and sometimes I have to record it twice, but usually not. And then I just let the computer do the download and all this, and I hit the button while I'm doing everything else. And sometimes at night I can film 3 videos in nights and just set them up for scheduling. But people are like, there's no way you haven't practiced. There's no way you did it. And I'm like, you don't know my life. But you know, I don't worry. If you know, none of this affects the online, really affects me personally, because I've got real life stuff. If you watched my video where I'm talking to Rich Lux about his anxiety, you know, if you have outside interests and things that you enjoy doing and people you enjoy visiting, none of this YouTube shit's gonna matter. Really not. Now, the exception to that, I will say, is Peter Mon. What's happened to him has been awful, and I completely stand with Peter. And I think I asked him if he wanted me to go to England and whip some ass, but I was joking because y'all know I always tease about how I'm Appalachian and we don't mind a good scrap every now and then. But that took the online stuff to real life. But for the most part, all the stuff that you see online that, you know, people are fussing or feuding, or, oh my goodness, this influencer did that. That doesn't touch your real life. You know, we can sit. It's entertainment. People should always look at anything on social media as entertainment. And you know what? When it quits being entertaining, and this is something that I vow to do, when it quits being entertaining, turn it off. You know, we used to say in radio when people would complain that we played a song too much, or that, you know, all this and that and the other. I'd say there's two knobs on your radio. One turns it off and one changes the channel. You know, if you don't like what you're hearing, turn it off or change the channel. And if social media is hurting you and it's not bringing any joy into your life and you're not being entertained by it, turn it off. Go do something else. Yeah, go bake cake. At least then you'll have something yummy. But you know, YouTube is on a lot And I have YouTube on, and it's on the autoplay, and then I'll hear all these different people. I'm like, what in the world? Sometimes I just go and I'll get on the song. I put on old school 80s a lot, 80s and 90s, and I'll just be singing top of my lungs by the time a couple songs are through. Like I say, you cannot remain in a bad mood if you've got "Take on Me" and you're singing along with it. The song by Aha. Seriously, you gotta just you have to find your happiness and make sure that social media. What in the world? My thing is blowing up. Let's see. Let me read through some of this. Hi to everybody that just joined. I really appreciate it. If y'all go hit like up at the top, I'd really appreciate it. I always forget to say this. And like and sub. And I also have Bitchin' in the Kitchen, the channel, and it's youtube.com/c/bitchin' in the kitchen. And each word is capitalized, but they're all shoved together. But oh, Kimmy, Disney says, I just love you. I love y'all too. Listen, you all have no idea. I read every comment. And the only ones that I ever delete are if they're just crude. If you're just on there being an asshole, I'm just going to delete you. But if it's genuine, I don't like this, but I get this, and and there's discourse. I love that. But you all have no idea when you say, I just love your channel. I really like the advice. You're so pretty, or this. Because I don't hear that. I mean, nobody in real life hears such compliments on a daily basis. I mean, my husband tells me that, but you don't go to work and you hear all that good stuff. And it has really touched me. And I've always done that with other people, but I didn't realize the effect that it can have to have positive comments on your videos. And I just wanted to say that I really appreciate it. Now, I've learned a lot about social media in the last year and a half. And then after starting my channel in September, I have just had such a good time with it, and I felt so good. And I feel like, the messages that I've gotten at DMs and different private messages, I'm on Facebook as well, and it's Mama Best Worlds, and it's just capitalized at the beginning, but you can find my Facebook page for the channel. But people have DM'd me on Twitter and told me how, what I had talked about related to them, and that they really appreciated it. And some literally had me in tears. And some of the Christmas cards were so sweet. And indeed, I had no idea when I started this that, it would affect people like it has, but I'm glad it did. I really am. I feel like, this has purpose, that there's a reason that I started this channel, and that, and sometimes I'm silly and, or, like on the Bitchin' in the Kitchen, I'm just running that yet. But, I feel like some people are getting some real good out of it, and it just makes me feel good. And I just want you to know that I appreciate it, and that really touches me and touches my heart. And because I always try to help people. That's my job. But it's also how I am in real life. What you see online is who I am. I mean, my husband's in the other room. If I was sitting in here bullshitting, he would come out and say, "No, you don't." He's not quiet. I know you don't hear him on the videos very much sometimes, but if I was acting in a way that was different than what I am in real life, then everybody be calling bullshit. Because all my friends know I have a YouTube channel, and they really don't care. They watch them sometimes, but they're like, we hear this all the time when we talk. So, but I just want you to know that I really appreciate everything that you all leave in comments and DMs and instant message. I don't know how to express it because it's overwhelming. Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. I must have missed one. Dale Zane said it's so hard, but I need to cut it off. I have a coworker Kaylin Stone said I have a coworker like that. I distance myself from her, and our office manager is now telling me I'm rude, and she doesn't want the other girl's feelings hurt. you don't, the other girl's feelings should not be hurt just because you want to distance yourself. And you can tell your office manager that, you know, you're there to do a job and to do your best job. You can't have someone sucking your time. Okay. There are clock vampires. You know, there's emotional vampires, there are time vampires. And if this girl, take your office manager, see if you can get her by herself and say, look, you know, this is not conducive to me being 100% as, you know, an employee. And, you know, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I like do my best job and my best work if I have this girl constantly, you know, in my business and trying to talk to me about things. You don't have to talk to anybody that you work with that you don't find positive. And if your office manager doesn't understand that, then go over her head and say, you know, I want to be able to do my job. I'm not trying to cause, you know, problems in the office, but I definitely don't need somebody sucking my day away. And Evermore 64, I've seen way too many. Yes, there are some grown adults that never get past age 12. Y'all remember when you were in middle school and everybody gossips and we, and I did it. I'm no different than anybody. We have our notes and we fold them up into little triangles and we flip them to each other. This was back before cell phones, obviously. But, you know, there was so much drama. It seemed like up until about 15, it seemed like from like 11 years old to 15, all the girls were in little cliques and I was in my little clique of friends. And then it was like when we were 16, we started getting boys and doing things and going places. And, you know, our sports and our grades became more important to us because we realized that college was just around the corner. And we got out of that gossiping stage. But some people they're still there. They're in their 30s and 40s and, you know, they're still acting like 12-year-olds gossiping on the playground. And that's a lot of hooey. And anybody that you know that's like that, just get away from them. Happy freaking New Year, Ricky Rooney. I just love you. You're funny. Let's see. Let me go down through here. Okay, Patricia Perkowski, you left a comment saying, I work with women like that. So many are hurt and trying incorrectly to heal people or to heal through that behavior. They are little drowning people. You can drown emotionally. You're exactly right. When they're hurt and they're not finding the support they need and they're going about it the wrong way, all they end up doing, it's kind of like, have you ever had an allergic reaction? If you have had an allergic reaction, you break out in hives and you start itching and digging, you know, and you know there's that logical part of your brain that says, I need to get Benadryl. And if this doesn't stop, you know, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. But you're just itching all over, but you can't stop scratching long enough. The part of your brain that goes react, it's just wanting you to scratch and scratch until you dig yourself raw and you raw and bloody. And I've seen people do that. And I've had allergic reactions where I whelped up and I was digging. I'm like, no, Benadryl. Some people never get to that logical part of their brain without help. And, you know, they just keep digging and, you know, they're tearing themselves apart. You know, they're hurting themselves instead of making a step, you know, like taking the Benadryl that will stop the pain and the itching and the burning. And with those people, you have to be very careful because you don't want them to affect you in a negative way. But if they come to you, you don't want to cause them more pain either. But I'm one of those people that I'll say, you know, if you're having trouble with this, why don't you go talk to someone? I always recommend someone go and see a therapist. Even if things are going good, it's good to have a therapist. I have a therapist. When you're going through daily life, sometimes you need somebody that's not related to you, married to you, you know, or your child or your friend. You need someone that's outside of the situation sometimes to help you. That's why I recommend therapy for everybody. But it is sad to watch. A little mess because I'm a negative Nancy. You're a funny negative Nancy. I'll give you that. You crack me up. Belladonna, hey, honey. Let's see. Mary Lynn Roberts said, I have an awesome full-time job, but my dream is to be a flight attendant. You may pursue it. Good luck. I have friends that used to be flight attendants and now are working office jobs, and they really loved it. They, you know, it was single women. They didn't have children. They were single at the time. They didn't have children to, you know, worry about, or husbands. And they were always talking about, you know, all this trip I went on in Rome, and I had a 3-day break, and, you know, I got to do this. And I'm like, oh, shit. That just sounds like the greatest thing ever, to get to travel to all these places. Yeah, you got to deal with all the people on the plane. But in between times, you know, when you get breaks, you get to see the world. And I think that is one of the most important things. Interacting with other people teaches us how to handle things, and going to different parts of the world, learning about other cultures and learning how to handle yourself in other cultures. It is the biggest educational experience I think you can have. And I know it did a world of good for me. So you let me know if you become a flight attendant and what flight you're on, because we may be going to Ireland this year. I don't know. I want to go to Ulster, and because that's where my family, a lot of my family comes from. And if you don't know, a lot of people don't know, and I don't understand it. I guess we just don't teach enough geography. But the islands that Ireland is, there's the Republic of Ireland, and then there's North Ireland, and that's also called Ulster, and it's Scots-Irish, and it's part of the UK, and that's where all my people come from. And then there's the Republic of Ireland, and they've been fighting in the whole IRA thing, and I'm not going to get into all that. But anyway, I want to go to Ulster, and then I want to go back to London, because I haven't been there in years. And I want to visit some friends that I have around there. They always come over to the U.S., and like my friend Mark, he came over for my birthday, and he lives in London. And I want to go see him because he's been sick. But you know, and travel around. My husband hasn't been to Europe before, so and I'd like to go back to Belgium and see Brussels and Winslow, where I was in Leuven, where the university is, and that's where I went to school when I was an au pair when I was 18. But I'd like to go back there and see all of it because it's just so beautiful. I love it. And let me see who else. Rabbit God said, Mama Beth noticed me. I'm noticing you. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Charles, I love my cake. You know what? I miss Louisiana. We're going there. We're definitely going to hit. I want to go. My first husband was stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base, and I lived on Uri Drive in Shreveport. And I would like to go back. And, you know, I took classes at LSU and went to Baton Rouge back and forth. And of course, we went to New Orleans. And I think it was a 6.5-hour drive in the Mustang convertible. We had a 5.0 convertible, and it was an 87. And it was like, I don't think we were under 100 every time we go. But it seems we have a lot of Louisiana people. You know, Kelly Broussard Mackig, I have some of the nicest subs. Honest to goodness, I get one or two people who come in randomly and leave an ugly comment, but I have to say that there are. I am so impressed with the group of people, that the beautiful group. I mean, just beautiful inside and out, that have said to me, and they're positive people, and they want to. You know, they listen and then they comment, and you know, it's just, I love to see a chat full of happy people, and I love to see the comments where people are being positive and, you know, supportive towards each other. And somebody will comment that they're having something wrong with this, and before I can get to it, somebody else has come in and offered support as well. That just thrills me no end. You have no idea. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, because it's supportive. And that's what I wanted my channel to be from the very beginning. Let's see. Sandy Law, it is. It is refreshing to see grown women supporting each other. And men, you know, I get men in, but it's mostly women. But I love to see women supporting women. And, you know, the whole word feminist has been kind of bastardized over the last, I guess, decade. But So I don't really use feminist, but I'm pro-woman. I am all about women building each other up and not tearing each other down. You know, I remember when I was like in my 20s, women in the business that I was in, it was mainly a male-dominated business, advertising was at the time. It's advertising and marketing, and then I would just see the women that were there. Men didn't compete with each other. Like they didn't call each other names or they didn't try to drag each other down. Women were clawing at each other, trying to be top dog, but they wouldn't compete with the men, but they were competing with the other women. And I'm like, that's stupid. You know, bring women up in the workplace. Bring women up in every, in every kind of career or in personal life or whatever. Be supportive of each other. Don't try to tear anyone down. I always say, just because if you blowing out other people's candles doesn't mean yours is going to shine any brighter. The light always dims when you're blowing out a candle. So that's why I love seeing people being supportive. And Evermore said, yeah, it reminded of, oh my God, I got my first super chat. Holy shit, I just saw it. Thank you, Timothy Chin. I got $1. Oh my God, thank you so much. Y'all hashtag Timothy Chin. Thank you. I got $1. A Canadian dollar. I got $1. I got $1. And you know what? When I get enough dollars, I'm going to buy a bunch of dog food and blankets and take it to the shelter. Thank you so much, Timothy. I got my first one. That tickles me to death. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Kelly, she says, I'm so over third wave feminism. I'm definitely pro-woman, but this whole SJW, you know what? This social justice warrior shit, I don't get. You know, there are a lot of causes that I'll fight for, definitely. But I don't want to be lumped in with, I'm not Superwoman. I'm not here to save the world. I'd like to help the people around me and live a good life. Lord, there goes my dog. That one lady that always comments that she can't watch my videos because my dog is going to be. Hey, hush. Daniel, you're going to have to get them. They're going in and out. He's going to have to get them. But thank you, Timothy, I'm going to move this so he can go upstairs. Okay, you won't be on camera if you go upstairs, baby. Daniel? He can't hear me. Our house is a little big. Honey, you go upstairs and I'll see you on the camera. He does not like his picture taken. He does not like being on camera, and I'm the exact opposite. It's funny. But, oh my God, I got $2 from Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. I'm going to have enough for some dog food. I have got to get some hot coffee because this coffee is colder than a well digger's butt, and I can't drink it. Hang on. I got $3 for no dog. Yay! Y'all going to help me take it to the shelter, aren't you? But, the whole thing with the super chat, I don't know if you watch, it's Randy's live. She's friends with B, and they're all in that circle of ladies that they all talk and they crack me up. I really enjoy all of them. But she's the one who talks me through like getting everything set up and all this, and and I told her that we're all the main. She's like, nobody else does that. And I'm like, well, there were a lot of fundraisers at Christmas, but there weren't a lot of receipts shown. And I said, that's what I want to do. I've got enough. And we donate. But I thought, if I want to do this, and somebody's going to super chat what I want to do with it, I'm going to help the animal shelter, and I'm going to help the women's shelter. So that's where I'm going. Yeah, Carrie, you cannot help and be. They crack me up. And Randy is such a gentle person. And Bee's feisty, but she's such a sweetheart. They're cute together. And it's fun to see best friends who've met each other online and, do things like this. And I've asked my daughter if she would come on, and I did one on her live stream on You Now. She set it up. She's like, this is fun. I'm like, yeah, it really is. I enjoy it. I like this is my second one on this channel, but I've done a couple You Nows, and I like this better. But but I told her, I said, it's a great way to reach out. And she's like, I need to do this when I drive because she drives a lot. And I said, why not? It's a way to get your thoughts out. And, you know, you have people comment. I said, don't read the comments while driving. We had that conversation. Oh, my Lord, sweet tea lady, $10 for the fur baby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweet tea lady. I really appreciate it. Now, that'll buy a big old bag of dog food. That is awesome. Everybody go hashtag sweet tea lady. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. Now that's $13. We can get probably. Honey, how much is one of the big bags of dog food? He says that I think he said 10. So we're working our way up. We're gonna get the first babies. Yay! What I'm gonna do is they always ask me to buy the big bags of dry dog food, but I know there are some dogs that are older. Y'all boys, stop it. Okay, you said $15 to $20 for the big one. I'm sorry. You can go up the steps, honey. You're not on camera. Go up the steps and get them in. Get the boys in. Well, there's one upstairs called Spanky. Well, go get him. Go close the door too. He's down. Okay. All right. Anyway, you know, like our Merlet, my Maltese, which I'll tell you something about him in a minute. He's where he's old. He's lost some of his teeth, and it's hard for him to eat a lot of hard things. So we have to give him like he eats soft food. And I thought, you know, there are dogs in there that probably would rather have soft food. And I thought we'd go ahead and get some cans as well as getting the big bags of the dry dog food. But then I'm also getting blankets, and then I'm going to get treats and toys. And I talked to the pet store up here, and she said that since I'm doing this way, as you know, like fundraising, that she'll give me a discount on dog food. So isn't that great? So I get to do even more. But oh, and thank you for the $5. Thank you, Tate. I appreciate that. This just makes my heart. I'll be honest. You know, I love babies. I love animals, and I love my dogs. Y'all know I'm crazy about my dogs. But I also think about, you know, in the shelter, you know, more people need to go and like visit so they get socialized, and you know, but they need supplies so bad. And our shelter has gone from a high kill to no kill, and the ladies that work there, they volunteer tirelessly, and but they're always running short on money, like everything from sometimes they just need gas money so they can take the dogs to a different shelter so they can be adopted because they're specific dogs. That's why I say there are all sorts of purebreds. There's no reason to buy one. But oh, thank you for that, Caitlin. Thank you for $10. Everybody hashtag Caitlin. Oh, thank you, doll baby. And yeah, sweet tea lady. I don't want. I tell you what, I have seen so many scams online on YouTube and fundraising, and people being caught. Like that one woman, Dee Crenshaw. I don't know if you followed that, but Shit and Truthfully Tricia, they raised $3,000 for that lady. Now, I use lady loosely there. Lord, my hair's some crazy shit. But she has a tube, but it looks like a stoma tube, like a drainage tube, because I don't know if you saw it. I guess the way the camera angle was turned on her, it would be on this side. But it was almost, it was in an odd place because, like, my friend Mark has a drainage tube. And I know people with feeding tubes, they're usually in the middle, or the ones that I've seen have. And then she asked for a specific flavor, and she wanted a more expensive formula because she said that, you know, that's how she's fed, and she was starving, and she's on chemo. Well, they found out she was full of shit. $3,000 later, after they did all that fundraising, you know, she said she was on, she held up these pill bottles and did like this and said, I'm not going to show you what medication I'm on, you'll dox me. I was trying to dox her. She could have held it up and covered it. Listen, I had been on chemo. I'm going to say that right now. They give me a chemotherapy drug for my RA. It's called methotrexate. you ask me to go get it, which I'm not on it right now because I had to get my liver panel straight. But I didn't have to go search through the house for it. And I knew the name of I know the name of every medication I'm on and the doses. Like if I had to go to the ER right now, I don't have a list. I sit there and give it to the nurse. Okay, if you're on chemo, you don't go digging through all sorts of shit to find pill bottles. And then the ones that she said that she was on are given by infusion only. And if you know, infusion is through a vein. And so she just turned out to be a big old liar. And she had a scarf on her hat and she had hair. And I'm like, how do you do that? And there's been so many people who have faked cancer, faked AIDS, faked all sorts of stuff. I'm like, you know what? God's going to get your karma wheel, one or the other, because that's just wrong. There are people out here who really need stuff, but that's why I said, I'm not. I would rather donate to something like the animal shelter than I would to these people that I don't even know. I mean, truthfully, Trisha's faked cancer 3 times. I've never heard of stage 0 cancer. I've heard of precancerous and stage 1. But that's what I'm saying. You don't know what these people are about. But I'll tell you what, I'll show you exactly how much money I get from mine, and I'll show you receipts from where we buy the stuff. And I'm going to video us taking it there. So that way everybody knows I'm not full of shit too. Let's see. Kaylin, and thank you so much, Kaylin. And you know what? I think when you give to the little animals, I think how you treat animals says a lot about who you are as a person. And if animals take to you, like, you know how some people, even if it's not their cat or their dog or ferret or, you know, hamster or whatever, animals seem to just come to them. My husband's one of those people. And I'm like that too, especially with children. Children love me. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's my red hair or because I talk stupid. Because you're just so adorable. I do that horrible dumb voice that people do, and I do it with my dogs and I do it with kids. And I'm one of those people that if I'm in a doctor's office and there's a kid in there, I'll look over and go, and I'll wink, and they'll grin, and I'll start talking to kids. I just do. I love children. I need some grandbabies. Madeline, give me a couple, please. Marry somebody with kids. Just do something. Just let me have some grandbabies. But my husband's, if there's an animal around, like, okay, in his office they have a cat that they've adopted, and the cat's supposed to be an outside cat, but it comes in the office through the shop and goes into the executive wing where he is, and it gets on his desk, and he's got all these pictures, and they called it Garfield because it's orange and it's stuffy. But it sleeps on his desk. It will sleep in his chair, and I'm like, how do you get work done? And he said, I have to move the cat to get everything done, the scheduling and the bids and all this. He's in electrical engineering. The company that he works for does mining and substations and lighting and I don't know. I'm stupid when it comes to that stuff. I can spell about anything in the world, but if you ask me to do math, my husband does calculus in his head, and I do word twisters. Shit, now I can't even talk. So I sound like an idiot. But I do tongue twisters, and you know, I'm always learning new vocabulary words, and I don't know. I'm a nerd when it comes to that. But he's the math, and I'm the English, so he's different sides of our brain. But I love what Peter says. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't do math. Well, I'm always wearing my glasses, and I can't do math either. But but you know, I love the fact that all the animals come to him. Like right now, all of the dogs are in there, and they're probably laying all over him, and he's probably laying there like, oh God, let me breathe. But you know, it's sweet to me, and that tells me what kind of a person people are when they love their animals, because animals are helpless, you know. And like we've got a herd of deer that come through here. Somebody kills that buck, I'm gonna be so mad. There is a buck. His rack is huge. I don't know. He's probably 18 points at least. You know, I've tried to count as he's gone by, but he's got to be 18 and up. Anyway, you'll hear him at night. He has like probably 8 or 9 does, and then there's always the babies that are in there. And we don't feed them or anything because you know that's illegal. But they'll come through at morning and at night. And if we've got the balcony door open in the bedroom, like in the summertime, you can hear him go, like that, and he huffs to, I guess, let the ladies know where he is. But he's so beautiful, and I love it. So yeah, our property's all posted, and if somebody kills that bug, I'm gonna be furious. And we've got some redneck neighbors that live down the road a little way, and I think they think that guns are fireworks because on like the holidays, excuse me, like at Thanksgiving and at Christmas on Christmas Eve, it sounded like we were in the middle of a war zone. But I have made sure that our property is posted, and that way, if the deer come here, they won't get shot at. But yeah, I'm gonna lose it. Simply beautiful on a budget. Thank you, darling. I think you're amazing. I think everyone who comes in here and shares and learns, and yeah, it just does me good. And I hope that everyone who meets each other through our chat, that y'all stay in touch. And even if it's opening a post office box, but sending each other cards or sharing an email, and sometimes just a word or two can make the difference in an entire day. I know that there have been some mornings that I got up and I was like, do it. Because, I have those days too. We all do. We're like this. We go up and down. But then I'll get on here and I don't know. I just feel very blessed. I'll have a DM from somebody, from one of you all. And they'll say something nice, and it just changes my entire day. And I hope that if you need support, that you put it in the comments. Say, like if you're going through a rough time, let us know, and we'll get in touch with you. Whether it's through DM or after your comment. There are too many good people out here to let the bad people flourish. There are some nasty, evil people out on the internet, but there are a whole lot of really good ones. And I've met some amazing people online. And, people say, well, you're just an online friend. No, we share telephone numbers, emails, texts, back and forth. Let me tell you, some of the people that I'm friends with online, I talk to as much or more as I do the ones in real life. And that's a true friendship as well. And I don't know if y'all remember back in the AOL chat room days. That was when I was taking care of my grandmother. It was back in the mid-2000s. And I was trying to work online and go to school. There was so much going on. Anyway, the AOL chat room that I was in, I got to be friends with people, and they became really close friends. We planned trips together, and we'd go. Oh, they threw me a birthday party one year. I went to Nashville, and a bunch of us met up, and we stayed at a hotel. We got a discount rate, and we all met for the first time. And it was for my birthday. How cool is that? My birthday's on Labor Day. Everybody celebrates my birthday. But it was just, some of the people that you meet online are just amazing people. There's some people out there who, leave a bad taste in your mouth, but we go out pretty quick. You figure out who they are. My best friend and I met online. She and I have been friends for 17 years now, and 16, 17 years. And we met through a chat room and got to talking, and then got to texting, and we just started sharing our life. We had a lot in common. And I treasure her. She's my sister from another mister, as they say. But I have friends that I've had since kindergarten and stuff too. But finding support and love and appreciation and friendship online is very possible. Oh my God, Kelly Broussard Mack gave me $5. Thank you for what you're doing, Mama Beth. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That makes my day. Thank you all. Thank you so much for everyone who has donated. That just, it gives me. I appreciate it. And I forgot to tell you the story about my poor Marlet. Marlet, come here, baby. Marlet. You watch, Brian will come, and then Marlet will be behind him. Because Brian's very jealous. Marlet. Honey, is Marlet in there? Marlet. He must be asleep in there. You cannot hear in this house. This house is 4 levels. It goes down the mountain. Like if you pull in my driveway, it looks like it's not that big of a house. Marla, is that you, baby? I hear. Yes, there you are. Okay. Here's Marla, and this is. I have a confession to make. Come here, baby. Come here. Yeah. Whoa, goodness. Okay. Marla was real white and fluffy. If you saw him like a week ago, oh, he's mad. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You're a grumpy baby. He talks. He's not. I tried to groom him. I had clippers and scissors. Do you see what I have done to this dog? I should never be allowed near a pair of clippers. This dog is a man. Okay, I've got parts of me that are long and parts of me are short. I did get his face trimmed and his buds, but the rest of him, let me show you. Oh, he's mad. The rest of him, look, this is pathetic. I feel so awful. You give me love. I love you, sweet boy. He's old, but look at the tail. It's what kills. I have butchered this dog's hair. Y'all, I swear, on Judgment Day, I'm going to have to say to St. Peter, I butchered my poor dog's hair. He looks, oh, he looks like somebody just waxed. It's awful. I'm going to take him to the groomer and get him to fix it because he looks like a train wreck and a half. I've never seen that dog look so awful in my life. Yeah, I should never be allowed clippers anymore. I used to cut hair just for fun too since I was about 12. I cut all my friends' hair, you know how you do. I cut all my boyfriend's hair. My first husband, I cut his hair. I am never cutting that dog's hair again because I messed it up. Do I have it? Oh Lord, my husband has laughed. Dog, we put a sweater on him last night. He still looks stupid. Poor thing. He was so fluffy and cute, and I've ruined it. I'm not doing that again. Kim will be coming to see you. Joe, I swear I've laughed more about that dog's haircut. Because you always want your dogs to be pretty, and he's a Maltese, but they do need to be shaved every now and then. And it was so thick, it was starting to mat. He won't let you brush him because he's got arthritis, and that's why he grumbles a lot. Yeah, I'm talking about you, don't you? That's awful. I can't believe I did this to my dog. But yeah, as soon as the holidays are over, he's getting the trim up. And I'm about ashamed to take him in anywhere because they're going to go, what the hell happened to this poor dog? And my friend Kim, she has Canine Vanities, Rural Street, Virginia. She usually does the trimming, and which they all need their toes done. And but I'm ashamed to take it. There, she's probably going, what the hell have you done, Beth? I'm so embarrassed. Oh, Lord. Mary Lynn gave $2. Thank you. Hashtag Mary Lynn. Thank you, darling. Oh, Lordy. Ooh. Oh, my God. Looks like he got caught under a lawnmower. It does. It looks exactly like that. I think a lawnmower might have done a more even job. I can't believe I did that. And I've trimmed his face, but I usually use scissors, and the scissors weren't very sharp. So I told my husband, I said, go get those dog shears that I bought. Because I bought this whole kit so I could groom, because I was going to learn how to groom him and all this shit. I never did. So he gets them out. We could not get the guard to work going through, so I just had it, no guard, going through it. It's awful. I had to have Daniel hold him while I'm cutting. I'm like, stop it, quit moving. I'm going to cut. And it was, yeah, it was a disaster. It was awful. I'm never doing that again. Thank you, Mary Lynn, so much. I appreciate it. Where's Joe? Less clutter would make the space look larger. I don't know. You know what? These are cookie jars. They're 4 cookie jars actually, and I collect cookie jars. I have a huge house. I don't need it to look any bigger. All right. All this. There's my Christmas penguin cookie jar, and there's my KitchenAid shit. Which, ooh, let me tell you, if you're a kitchen person like me, and I swear my KitchenAid stand mixer is going to be buried with me. But anyway, my husband got me 2 sets of the attachments, and was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I said, go get a bag of orange. because it's got one of the things has the juicer on it. I think I'll get a bag of oranges and like fresh orange juice. Well, it took the whole bag, and we got about this much in the pitcher. But let me tell you, I said, are we going to drink the juice? He said, let's put vodka in it. So we had screwdrivers. I got about halfway through it, and I said, I got to quit. You know, it was making me loopy. But that was the best orange juice I think I've ever had. He said, well, we're just going to have to keep buying oranges. And I was like, yeah. I said, if we lived in Florida, we'd have an orange tree, and we'd have this every morning. It takes a lot of work, but the thing spins. You hook it onto the front, and it spins, and you just stick the orange, the half orange up against it, and it goes, yeah, and it's so fast, and it's easy. And I'm just like, oh. Because I grew up with the, like, depression glass. You know what depression glass is? It's like the green glass. And they had the juicer, and you had to go back and forth, and they'd make us kids do it. And because they wanted to keep us active, you know, and so we would do it. And I remember it being good, but I haven't had it in years because we just buy orange, you know, by what is it? The one that's all 100% Florida orange juice. I can't remember. It's not Tropicana. I don't like that one. But somebody help me because I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what the orange juice is that is really good. It's delicious. But anyway, I guess we're buying oranges now. Bitching in the kitchen. Somebody, oh, my husband must be on the other one because I see bitching in the kitchen while I replace it. The other, oh, that's my husband. Yeah, you know, if you don't like my kitchen, that's fine. I don't like it either right now. We haven't redone it, and we're gonna paint. This over here is gonna be wallpaper. We've already bought the wallpaper, and then everything's gonna be Dove gray. We're gonna leave the cabinets. I don't know. We might change the cabinets out, but I like the wood, and they're built in. And but all the appliances were here when we bought it, and I'm going all steel. And then I'm going to put marble countertops because I want the white with the gray grain through it. And then it's going to be a real pale gray everywhere else in here. And then we're redoing the floor. We're putting hardwood down. And we're going to put a dark hardwood. So we'll probably restain the cabinets to be real dark. But, you know, that's coming. And hi, Crazy Cat Lady. I'll be in touch with you on Friday. Just letting you know. But, yeah, we haven't changed the kitchen. We did landscaping outside. Like we put in a koi pond, and we put in the rock wall and planted the roses and the lilies, and the koi pond's absolutely gorgeous. And when everything's blooming, it's so pretty. And then we have, you know, down in the back, we've done some, but we're going to do more. We've just, you know, we've been here 5 years, and we've done things as they've come. And staying the house this summer because it's cedar siding. But, you know, Timothy says, as always, I'm a cheapo, so yeah, you know, Joe, if you don't like my kitchen, that's okay. You don't live here, you know, and, you know, being negative in the comments ain't going to do you any good. So let's see. Wallpapers for old farts. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm an old fart. But I found some really expensive, gorgeous wallpaper, and I like it. So, you know, if you don't like my choices, that's okay. You don't live here. Show us your house. You know? Is your house perfect? Is your house all gorgeous? Do you live in a multi-million-dollar mansion? I bet not. Yeah, it is country fashion, Kelly. It's a very down to earth country style, and what I want to do is not change it from that because, like everything in my house, I have a lot of antiques and things that we collect, and you know I want to make sure that the kitchen stays in keeping with the design of the rest of the house. Like we had two masters. The one on this level is a den. The one upstairs is our bedroom, but everything is very comfortable. I don't want it to be like all so modern you can't touch anything or you feel like you're out of place. I want it to be home. You know, that's because this is my home. But yeah, I like the wallpaper we found was absolutely beautiful. It's a deep Merlot color and it's got a light I believe it's a little silver trail, and it almost looks like a Chinese design, but it's not. And so I bought that when I found it, and I bought enough to cover the accent wall. And then we just got to get paint for the rest. But thank you, Timothy, for saying my kitchen looks good. I love it in here. And my husband's always saying, you really are, you make the kitchen the heart of the home. You're always in the kitchen. I'm always doing stuff. Like yesterday, I was whipping cream. I had some whipped cream or some whipping cream, and I was like, oh, I'll whip this up so we can have it on our pumpkin pie. And then I made chocolate chip cookies yesterday, and then I had made, if you've been following along since the beginning, I make tomato sauce in a can. And so whenever we want to have anything Italian, like lasagna or pasta or anything, that we can just open it up, heat it, and it's done. And that's something I really enjoy doing. You see that in my early videos, making sauce. But anyway, we had that last night over linguine, and added some ground pork to it, and it was really good. But I'm always in here, and I change things around from time to time. But yeah, sometimes it gets cluttered. When I've got everything out and I'm cooking, it looks a little cluttered, but sometimes it looks really, really organized and straight. So either way, I would love to have double ovens, because honestly, the microwave, I care less about microwave. And this one has been in here since, of course, this is the microwave and this is the regular oven, but I would love to have double ovens there, and we've talked about that. Because, microwaves, you can get a little bitty microwave, put it on we could probably install it under one of the cabinets. There's lights that go all the way underneath my cabinets all the way around, but we can install a microwave, and it would be just a small one. That's all you need. Who puts anything big in a microwave? Remember when they first came out and they were like, oh, you can make a turkey in it? Bullshit. But so wait a minute. Thank you, Evermore, for saying it looks very welcoming. I want all of my homes to always look, ready for people to come and visit and sit down and have a cup of coffee. I always try to have cookies made or some cake or, something. I guess it's the Southern, where you're raised like that. And it's probably in other places too, but, where I was raised, you always have something ready in case somebody stops by, so you can offer them, a bite to eat. You have cookies or cake, or preacher cookies. That's another one. But and a cup of coffee. I always want people to feel at home here. And most of my friends, they always comment, they're like, "This is so homey." My daughter, like I say, we bought it. She's 26, so we bought it when she was 21, and maybe she was 20. I don't know. She hadn't graduated college yet. But she's like, this is so homey. And I'm like, that's what we're going for. So hopefully one day I'll have a bunch of grandkids running around in here. I haven't made fudge yet this year. I love to bake. In fact, I got a request for more pumpkin bread. We tried the Bob Evans pumpkin bread. Have y'all ever tried it? I like my recipe better. And if you want any of my recipes, just DM me. I'll give them to you. I give recipes out all the time. But yeah, I love to cook. I like to make cakes and cookies and fudge and just all sorts of different stuff. It's soothing to me, and especially when I make something and my husband's or my daughter or whoever's here, if you get a second helping, you've made my day. I just like to feed people. I've lost a bunch of weight, and I can't, where I've had my surgery, I can't eat very much, so I just like to get everybody else to eat. But that's one of my favorite things too. Feeding people is how I show you I care, I guess. But and I make. Thank you, Jen, for saying my kitchen is beautiful. Oh, Lacey's in Mississippi. Yeah. I don't have any mods in here. This is literally my second live stream, so I haven't done mods and all that yet, but I probably will, because you're always going to get one person or two people in that are going to try to troll you. But if I say this a lot, and if they're talking about me and they're about me, then they're not talking about somebody else. They're giving somebody else a break. Okay? So that's why trolls really don't bother me. I'm like, if you're going to come here and be an asshole, at least you're not hurting somebody that it's going to bother. There are people who just take pleasure in causing others pain. And, they go from channel to channel and they just try to be mean. They're mean. And if they're here being mean, you can see how affected I am. That's okay. At least they're not hurting somebody that might actually cry over it. I'm strong enough to where, thank God, I am finally at this age strong enough to where I can handle a little bit of trolling. But yeah, I'm gonna a lot of trolling sometimes, and it doesn't really affect me because if they're trolling me, do I care to impress them? Do I want to make them happy? Do I need to justify myself? Some people's opinion doesn't matter. They don't count in me. If you are a friend and supportive and you give me honest criticism, yeah, I'll take that all day long. Good friends. And if you haven't seen my video on the 10 rules of friendship, go watch it after this. But, people who love you and who are good friends to you, they will be honest with you and they will give you honest criticism so you can grow and learn. But if they're not my friends and they're not people who care about me and they just want to be assholes, I don't give a shit. They're just showing their own butts. They're not showing mine. Let's see. Ms. Nancy Nestor, thank you, Timothy Chin. I for certain continue watching Mama Beth and join in on the next stream. Bye, honey. I'm so glad you came by. You just come on back. And I love sweet people. And then Timothy, you are not obligated to show the washer and dryer. Nobody really vlogs in front of them unless they're doing a laundry marathon. Yeah. Why would my washer and dryer matter? They work. It's crazy what some people think you owe them. Somebody wanted to see my degrees and my license. I was like, I don't know your shit. You don't get to see nothing. You're not my patient. You're not my office. Why would you need to see my credentials? And usually those are people who have their own issues. At one with me. Hey, honey, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for coming. Laundry marathon. Yeah, that's just funny. I don't know why anybody would want to see. Oh, I gotta plug up. Why anybody would want to see what appliances I have if they don't live here? Do you want to see my Corvette in the basement? That's more interesting than my washer and dryer. I love my Corvette, and yes, I really do have one. But of course, it's not going out in this weather because it's cold. It's a convertible. But nobody has to prove anything to anybody else online. Nobody has to. You don't have to show things and people are always like, show me proof of this. I'm like, why not? But yeah, I'm not showing my washer and dryer. You got some, you can show them lacy. That's right. Flip like a bird. That cracks me up that we got an emoji that's a middle finger. I love it. You can make such a point with just this. I'll tell you a story about the middle finger. Okay, now I've talked about, I was raised with parents that when I was about 16, I could say shit and not get my head knocked off. Right? You cannot cuss in front of my father. In any of my father's classes, if you were a student, and I was, I had to take my father's class, and my brother did, and my daughter did. It's really crazy. If you said bad words, curse words in his class, he would throw you out. It didn't matter what it was. And hey, Sweet Pea. And at home, if you let one slip, he didn't have a problem knocking you one. I mean, he does not like it. And but as I got in my mid-teens, I would say shit or damn, and Mom would hear it, and she was kind of like, but she says it all the time. My daughter was like a year and change old, and every time she dropped something, she'd say, "Oh shit, oh shit," and I'm like, "Where are you saying that? Where'd you learn that?" She's Nana. So Yeah, because I was real careful, not to say bad words around my child. I didn't want her to pick it up, but my mother taught her. So anyway, we thought it was funny. So I was raised in this family where you don't say any bad words. You couldn't. You did not cuss. Like, you know how kids today use the F-bomb everywhere? Well, you didn't do that in my house. Nobody did around us. We just didn't. And our parents were all kind of alike, everybody that was in my group. I got my tonsils taken out during Christmas break my senior year in high school. Now, my mom, of course, is a nurse. And they're trying to get me to eat ice cream. Well, I took one little bite, and you know how milk sometimes, when you've got a fever, it gloms up, and it's just like, and it's all mucousy, and it's really gross. Okay, well, that was what it was doing to me. And I just had my tonsils out and my adenoids. And they were Mom was like, you've got to eat this ice cream. It'll cool your throat. It'll help you heal. You've got to eat it. And I'm going, like that, laying in the bed. And she said, Beth, if you don't eat this, I'm going to shove it down your throat. And I went, like that. Well, the doctor was there. And the nurse was there. And they said, well, that's universal sign language. But I did. And she was like, oh. And then she said, I'm going to tell your father. I was not eating that ice cream, but yeah. So the middle finger always makes me think of that whenever somebody uses it. But I'm really glad we've got it as an emoji or an icon or whatever it's called. I always get those mixed up, but yeah, I have sent the middle finger to some people after a message, definitely, because we all get pissy sometimes, don't we? Oh Lordy, how long have I been on here, Lord? Probably about an hour and a half. We switched out my godson saying donuts instead of damn it. One day he was very frustrated. Damn out with damn donuts. That is hilarious. Damn donuts. Well, we tried to tell Madeline you can't say shit. Nana does. she was insistent that because she idolized my mother. So whatever my mother said was fine. And I talk stupid to dogs and to small children, but with my own child, I was like, okay, no baby talk. You know how they tell you don't do baby talk, that way your child will learn. Well, I didn't do baby talk, and she was very fluent. But my mom would change words, like instead of saying goody, you want a goody? Like when you ask a child if they want a treat. She said, you want a goody? And I'm like, and Madeline say, Ingy goody. Because it was, instead of, like, when she was first learning to talk, Ingy meant give me. And, I mean, she was baggy. She said, Ingy Doody. I'm like, what's a Doody? I don't know what a Doody is. And she's like, Nana dots them. So I'm like, what? So I call my mother. I'm like, what in God's name is a Doody? And she said, oh, it's a goody. It's a popsicle. I'm like, why didn't you just say popsicle? She said, well, I figured she'd know what goody was. I said, yeah, but nobody else does. And then another funny one, when she was learning to talk, Mom, this was before you could get like the tapes of The Wizard of Oz. And so it had come on TV, and Mom had taped it for Madeline to watch. And it was a horrible tape of it. I mean, it was like there was snow through part of it. It was terrible. But Madeline said, watch River of the Boss. And I was like, what's River of the Boss? And she said, Nana Dotson, River of the Boss. I want to see River of the Boss. And I had to call my mother and say, what is River of the Boss? She said, oh, that's Wizard of Oz. This went on until my child could talk clearly. And I'm just like, would you quit teaching her this shit? I don't know what my kid's saying because you keep messing her up. But now we laugh about it because, the words were hilarious. And my best friend, wait a minute, my daughter called directions. Oh, Lord. Oh, let me tell you. Have you ever met a kid that couldn't say truck, but he used the F word? Well, my brother was one of those kids. My brother probably had 150 toy trucks because every time Mom would take us into a store, I want I want and it was not truck. He was saying he was putting the F on it, and she put her hand over his mouth and say, "Shut up, we'll get you one. Quit asking, we'll get one." And so she would go and get the first truck she would see and give it to him, and it was hilarious. And but my dad would get so mad. He'd say, "You've gotten that. You keep rewarding him instead of teaching him." And she said, "Well, what am I supposed to do? I can't have my kid yelling F word through the store." But yeah, that was funny. And I'm like, "Why did you point out because he was screaming F word?" Oh Lord, it cracks me up. Some of the stuff that happens when you're raising kids and when you're a kid and you look, "Hey Barbie, I'm glad you're back." Oh, we all grew up watching John. This is Holly Collins saying, "We all grew up watching John Wayne movies. One night I heard my 4-year-old brother muttering, 'You dirty son of a bitch,' I died." I would have lost my shit completely. That's funny. Oh, Lord. My dad loved to ask me, "Who drives the truck, baby?" What does she say? Oh, you're okay. Aras 63 said same thing for truck. Well, and there's some little kid on the internet. They say fire truck, and he says fire F word, and it's just I'm like, oh my God, that poor kid. He's gonna grow up. He's probably grown by now, and he's probably not going really old. But and then Lacey says, "Yes, my niece couldn't get her F's, and she would say, 'Geez, this cat better,' and she said, 'Get back in your gucking house.'" Oh, this little girl, well, she's not little anymore. Her name's Autumn, and she's 16, and I love her to death. She used to live down from us, and she would come and stay with me because I was having empty nest when Madeline first went to college. And my husband and I took her to the mall. And I was getting my nails done. I was gonna get hers done too. Well, you know how in like the Vietnamese nail shops, they're all like one family, and sometimes in the back there'll be kids. We were waiting to get our nails done, and my husband's sitting right beside me, and out from this door, this little Vietnamese cutest chicken came right out, and all the women started speaking to her in Vietnamese, basically like, get back in the back. And Autumn goes, "Get back in your hole." We just lost it. And so now when we're fussing or something, we'll go, "Get back in your hole." Oh God. Oh Lord, Kaylee, Christmas, even my 3-year-old niece told her older brother to stop being a goddamn dumbass already. Our puppy just tore my daughter's dollar bill. I said maybe he will shit $100 bill. Oh, when Madeline was okay, everybody had a lot of fun teaching her stuff because she was the first grandchild, she was the first niece, she was the first everything all the way around. You know? But her uncle Joey, they call him Grubby, and it fits. I love him to death, but yeah, he taught her to say whenever somebody says, "I want this" or "I want that," she'd say, "Want in one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up first." And the first time she came, because I was saying, "Madeline, Mommy wants you," and she said, "Want one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up first." And I was like, "Who told you that?" She's like, "Uncle Joey." She called him Uncle Joey, Uncle Joey. But yeah, everybody has fun teaching kids the bad phrases. Yes, that was a bad influence on my older niece. I never said all that. It's funny. I don't care who you are. If you've got a young'un running around and they're learning to talk, it's funny teaching them to say stuff. But yeah, to this day, if I say "want," my daughter will sometimes hop out with that. It's really, it's just a hoot. But she's funny anyway. She likes to laugh, and if she said something and people laughed, she would say it more. Like any kid. But yeah, she's always been a hoot. Timothy, thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful night too, darling, and Happy New Year. Oh Lordy, how many people do I have in the chat? I've got 46 people. Listen, I really appreciate everyone coming in here, and it's a little after 7 now, and I appreciate everyone who super chatted. I'm just so tickled. I'll see how much it adds up to, and you know, I'll probably do several live streams to get the donations all together so I can buy a significant amount of stuff. But I'll keep up with it. I'll make sure that I let everybody know in my videos and my live streams where we're at, and then I'm going to video us going and getting all the stuff for the shelter, and I'm really excited about that. Then we'll go see some puppies, but I may come home with another one. I'd probably have to knock my husband in the head to get him to let me have another dog. But three's kind of enough, he says. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. God bless you all. Have a wonderful new year. I hope that instead of resolutions, everybody makes goals and they attain their goals, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, or for the whole year. But sit down and think about what changes you want to make and what goals you want to have. And I'm going to end this as always, but I love you. You love you. You have a wonderful day, okay? Bye.